Morning, everybody. Welcome to your morning message. Morning message from Spirit. Let's see what's going on. The Chiron classes are all filled, but I will be doing this again, and I will be creating something that will allow, sort of a grouping together of intuitive classes and North Node and Chiron. Things, I feel like all of these things, well, of course they're connected, but it's just now I'm seeing what I'm called to be doing with them. So you'll be seeing it soon too. How about that? All right, so let's see where we go. If you're interested in checking out the courses that I share, there's a link in the description box for those. Okay. Let's see where we go. Morning message here for Wednesday. Deep breath, everybody. Get nice and grounded. Take in whatever message resonates for you and leave what doesn't. Let's see where we go. All right. Choosing your path. You know you're choosing it, right? How it shows up for you. Manifesting it, rejuvenating rain, clearing the past and healing the present. This has shown up a couple times in the last couple days. Great adventure. Take a risk. Venture forward. All right. So this seems to me to be, there's a preparation time here happening. All right. So some of you have, or most of you actually, on my channel are on this path of becoming your full self, stepping into your gifts, healing, teaching, guiding, whatever it is. And I feel like right now there's some things that need to be washed away that maybe you never thought needed to go. Okay. Like, I don't know, habits or people, it's just that, nothing is permanent, right? And that's the thing about attaching to a 3D thing, is that 3D is all about change. Okay. So that's why connecting to spirit and being internal with happiness is internal, pleasure is external, right? That's the difference between those two things. You can feel happiness because of pleasure, but if that thing gets taken away, then there's no more pleasure, right? Then the happiness goes down. There's something interesting about that, okay? And I also feel like there's something about you shifting from the person you used to be into the person that you're going to be, that you're becoming. And there's a little bit of like a way station or a respite where, a lot of you, I've seen a lot of the comments about being tired, okay? I think the tiredness is because it's still attached to some old baggage, and now you're feeling that you're dragging it. That's why you're tired, you're exhausted from the journey, is because you're still dragging along some baggage that needs to be cut loose. Okay? So that's one of those experiences that, attachment is about the awareness. Well, attachment is about my happiness comes from an external thing. A person or a building or a ring or a dinner or a date or something like that. And when you let go of that idea, when you shift out of that idea, happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from your own inner joy. And when you shift into that, then stuff shows up. And it's awesome, right? Abundance shows up then because you're like in it. You're in it already. You're not feeling like I want it. That's kind of a very unsexy way to be, okay? To the universe. The universe is like, yeah, that feels like you're trying to like swamp me and like control me. But if you're like, hey, this feels really great. Detachment is the idea that you can enjoy something and still hold in your mind that thing or person may eventually go. And that's cool. It's like, you don't have to be with a twin flame or a soulmate to be happy. Even if you're in relationship, or even if you have separated or whatever, the happiness comes from within. It's like, you're cool with whatever they're doing, and it's, you know, it's like, awesome, do your thing. And there's just this feeling of lack of neediness that's very important. And I feel like that's what the way station is about. It's finally getting you to the place of happiness is from within, not external stuff. You can enjoy external stuff. You can enjoy experiences and enjoy a new dress and enjoy, you know, all these fun things, but don't get attached to them, because 3D is about change. And so if you're always flowing in the change, if you're always flowing in that, things come and go, but you know that there's just happiness that resides within, that this is like, oh, I'm enjoying this now, and I'm enjoying that now, and right? And then things can flow. So you're moving from land into the water, all right? And this is going to be a bigger risk. This is going to be a big, but with great risk comes great reward. All right, King of Swords. Seeing this sort of clearly now. World, King of Wands. Wow. Six of Swords. Hey, there you are again on the boat. Sela, great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. This is what's coming up. King of Wands and Six of Swords. Same message, right? Like, release and let go of the old, allow new things to come in. The King of Swords is showing you your vision. There's the Sun, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. So if there's another person here, that could be a Leo, an Aquarius. This is the world is the sun, all the fixed signs. So if you look at the Aquarius stellium that's going on, and then there's two planets in Jupiter. I was listening to Bracha Goldsmith the other day. She's a great astrologer. I highly recommend her. She was talking about how there's, like, you know, five or six planets? I think Sun, Moon, and then Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Mars in Aquarius, and then over in Taurus, there's two planets there. I don't really remember, but guess what? Yesterday, I did a reading about the new moon in Aquarius. So we're going to talk about all that stuff. So if you missed that reading, you better check it out. This is the sign. This is the card of all the fixed signs, which is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay. So right now, with all these fixed signs, right, with all these planets in the fixed signs, it can be about putting down some roots. It can be about planting the seeds for future abundance, which I think is what's happening here. As long as it's coming from a place of joy, okay? Not a place of neediness. A place of neediness is a place of lack. I don't have it, I need it. Coming from a place of joy is happiness is an inside job, being happy where you are. That's why we talk in the twin flame readings that I do. We talk a lot about how union is within, the masculine and feminine is within. And so this is something that is going to greatly benefit you in terms of financial windfall, but also that you'll be, I feel like you're going to be helping other people. You're going to be, you could be helping this one person on your path. Leo with some earth energy. You're like, you're channeling Aquarius and fire, Sag, Aries. Leo is this other person, Leo with some earth. So I do feel like you're going to help somebody here. Okay. This is, or building your tribe, right? Because there's world card here, building your tribe to help a lot of other people. I don't think you were seeing it, Eight of Swords, but as soon as you see it, it is off to the, come here. Come on. As soon as you see it, it's off to the races. Okay. So you're stepping onto the path. Yep, getting spirituals on that. Thank you very much for the confirmation. You're choosing the path, and it's like, okay, all right, I'm on my spiritual journey. Huzzah, okay? And right now there's this, like, I don't know, rinsing off the old life, bringing in the new. Okay, so rejuvenating rain is like, if you've felt that there have been a lot of loss, if you have felt that, if you're really feeling that there's certain people who have passed through your life, there's certain experiences that you have gained and then moved on from, and there's something new to come. You can't quite see it yet. So you're sort of like in this middle weird space. So before the great adventure happens, you need to get your pack ready. Okay? So is it a day pack? I don't think so. I think this is a pack that might require a Sherpa. Okay? It might require some help from somebody spirituals, from somebody who is a teacher, a guide, but also somebody who allows you to lead, right? There's that kind of energy here about, yes, I want someone who's a teacher, I want someone who's a guide, but I also know that I'm a leader. So there's this thing about, great leaders, great teachers are people who lift you up, who don't keep you in the audience, someone who lifts you up. Right? Right. So there is some, let me clarify this about the helping situation here. Please clarify the Six of Pentacles. All right, that one just jumped out here. Let me see. Come here, yo. Wow, Justice. Okay. Justice, Wheel of Fortune, Devil Energy. Note that there are 3 major arcana cards here. Knight of Cups and Page of Cups. So it's like you're balancing yourself out. So you're taking good care of yourself is energetically helping you take better care of other people, right? This rejuvenating rain. Taking in some rest, relaxation, meditation. So whenever you hit a plateau, let's say. Yeah, I get that. You hit a plateau, and it's about shifting your mindset from, oh no, it's not growing. It's not that. You need a rest because it's going to be big. So, I think it's a misunderstanding sometimes when people have plateaus in their life or periods of time when they're not with another person or something isn't in your life. It's about reflecting. It's about going within and giving yourself that which you're not seeing out there. It's about stepping into your own happiness versus pleasure. It can be very pleasurable to have external things go the way you want them to. But the real challenge is when things are in a void. I think the void is the bigger challenge. I mean, than the Dark Night of the Soul. I know Dark Night of the Soul is rough. I've been through it a couple times. But there's something about knowing you're in the Dark Night of the Soul that has at least a little comfort to it. Like, okay, at least I know what this is. The void is like white noise. And it's like, this is not a Dark Night of the Soul. What is this? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to fight it for a while. I feel like I'm trapped in a paper bag and I'm going to fight. And then you get exhausted. You sit down, grab a drink of water, something like that, get a shake. And then you're just like at peace. It's like you're not fighting the energy of what you're in anymore. Okay? So if you're constantly looking for external pleasure, the void can be really stressful because you're like, well, if I get all my happiness from external sources, then when this void comes along, the teacher of the void, the teacher of that is happiness is an inside job. That's what that's about. Okay? So it doesn't mean, I shouldn't have abundance. I shouldn't have a new car. I shouldn't. It's not about that. It's about the attachment to those things as the source of your happiness. Right? Which is why when we, in the 20th century, let's see, we've been able to choose our partners now for maybe 150 years. It's going stunningly well. But that's because we've been pinning our happiness on an external person. And now we're learning as a culture that it's really about shifting and becoming whole within oneself. And so you have a partner. Huzzah. But you're not pinning that happiness on that external person. You already are happy. So whatever happens, whatever goes on in that relationship, whatever goes down, there's a sense, a core of grounded peace. And then that's how you can work through relationship issues much more successfully, because there's not all these other surrounding, oh my God, that person makes all the money. I'm not going to have a place to live in. Oh my God. All of that is noise around, dealing with a relationship. It's like what you've attached to that. You have made that other person some people have made the other person responsible for the happiness, which isn't cool. Or you made responsible for your food, shelter, home, clothing, all that. You've made them responsible for your root chakra, which is now out of balance because it's external to you. Okay? So bringing everything into balance, bringing it inside, calling it back. Because I feel like that is helping you move past getting in balance here. Okay, getting nicely in balance, working with spirit, nurturing the self means you're available to help other people. Now, other people may attach to you, and that's fine, as long as they're learning that the 3D is transient. It seems like spirit is ephemeral and all this stuff. Actually, 3D is the thing that, changes so fast, changes seemingly in our around surroundings, but it's really based on your own soul's call. When things change, you're really calling them to change, right? So, and knowing that the 3D experience is the thing that is change. So you're moving out of this idea of allowing an external thing that's what this trap is about, okay? You're allowing an external thing, well, maybe not you, but like you, collective, allowing an external thing to embody the happiness. And it's really much more about offering it to yourself, okay? And I do feel, look at the knights here. So that's when you can attract a partner who is, in more of a spiritual way. They're focused on their own spiritual path too. That's when you can attract that. Because you're going to see it. I mean, it's so funny, like, as we move more and more into being awakened and more onto the spiritual path, and you guys are our leadership here. That's why, I've been going through this since 2008. So you guys, no matter when you came on the path, are leaders, teachers, healers, guides, shamans, mystics, all of that, holding a torch. We've been talking about that for 3 years now, holding a torch and shining the light on the path for those who are still stuck in this fixed energy, right? This fixed energy. And it's moving on from that. Jupiter. We're moving on from that. Jupiter. That's it. Okay? So I think you're clearly seeing, what I was going to say is you're clearly seeing the inauthenticity in people who still believe happiness is an external thing, or people who, try to lie or try to, harness your energy, try to, take from you, just takers, vampires, narcissists. We've been talking about this for a long time, right? But now you just see it so clearly. And I think in the past, this is for somebody watching, in the past you might have said, oh no, I'm just paranoid. Oh, how could I be so mistrustful? I'm all about unconditional love. Unconditional love for yourself first. Okay? So if you're letting in a lot of harlots and thieves and people who lie to you all the time, unconditional love for yourself first, inside. That's what attracts the people who are of that same vibration. Right? A lot of you are already in that. A lot of you know that. So let's see where we go here. In the extended, I'm going to continue on and do an extended read. I am going to look at all the fixed signs here. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. I see Sag and Pisces and Capricorn here too. Okay? Okay. All right. If you're on Patreon, the rest of this reading starts right now. If not, and you'd like to see the rest of this as this resonates with you, the link is below for that. I'll see you over there.